The following segment is sponsored by Parents Empowered. Underage drinking greatly affects children both physically and emotionally. Dr. Stanley Brewer is a child and adolescent psychiatrist with University of Utah Health and Intermountain Health's Primary Children's Hospital. He is here with Parents Empowered to tell us more. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So this is such an important topic. Let's start off with, what are the consequences of underage drinking on a child's mental health and behavior?
Yeah, so we know that the younger a kid starts drinking, the more consequences that there are. And the brain is still developing all the way up into about age 24, 25, depending on the person. And so alcohol can affect the brain. That can affect our emotions, that can affect our ability to manage things. And so it can do things like inhibit our ability to make good choices, which are already difficult for young kids and teenagers. It can worsen depression, it can worsen anxiety. There's lots of things that underage drinking can cause problems with.
So let's talk about the development between ages 9 and 13 for children. What's going on during this time?
Yeah, so the brain is doing lots of kind of fine tuning, and obviously kids are learning a lot, and that's all being laid down in the brain. Probably the most important thing when we're talking about substance use for teenagers is that the front part, that thinking, kind of future planning part of the brain isn't fully developed. And so they really struggle with being able to see the consequences of their actions, planning for the future, and it makes them more impulsive too. And being more impulsive, you're at a higher risk of using or misusing substances.
So now let's talk about the family. How is this affecting the family dynamic?
Yeah, so anybody that has a kid that's struggling with substance use can tell how difficult that can be. It can change their behavior, it can change what happens at home, it can change school performance. Lots and lots of problems can come from it, and it's very difficult for families as they're trying to help these kids struggle through the difficulty of a disease like addiction.
So let's talk about how parents can actually support their children through these challenges. How can they do that?
I think the most important thing is starting to talk about these things when kids are really young, and prevention is going to be the most important. And so the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends starting as young as age 9, because that's when kids' ideas around substance use start to form and to change. And as parents, as we kind of build those relationships and build those opportunities for kids to talk to us about anything, then we can set ourselves up to have meaningful conversations about substance use.
I want to talk more about what you just said. How can parents actually create an environment where kids feel like they can talk to them about underage drinking? How do they do that?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to create a safe space, create a place where kids know that they can come to you with anything, and not a place where there's punishment or criticism or lectures or those kinds of things, but creating dialogues about, and it really starts with everyday things. How was your day at school today? Talking about what feelings came up, what was hard, what wasn't hard. Those kinds of conversations can lay the groundwork and lay that relationship for being able to talk about more difficult things like substance use.
Right. Those simple things make such a difference. For more information, you can visit the website at the bottom of the screen. Doctor, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.